What's up, everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. Vlog day once again. And folks, good news right out of the bat. I am ready to resume my uploading schedule here on the channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm ready to go ahead and get back into the thick of things. Alright? I'm ready to go ahead and launch my new season here on SSP. Now, I know for all of you old viewers of SSP, you remember how this channel started when I had my original seasons going on. Because I would used to have a season last about, what, I think it was like 35 something uploads. Yeah, I would do like 35 uploads at a time and call that a season for SSP. And I think I abolished that idea sometime in at least 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. Yeah, something like that, And nowadays, like, I've just been uploading just whatever, whenever, here on the channel, and the whole season idea has kind of, been abolished. But now I think about it, the whole season idea, it's kind of changed a little bit, because if you look back in the time of SSP's past, I've been changing the SelfStandard show intro a lot to kind of like match the vibe of the look that my channel was giving. Alright, because most times my seasons these days would I would try to keep it organized from like New Year's Day up to my anniversary, and then from my anniversary all the way up until New Year's Eve. Like, that's my idea for a season. Because shortly today, after I get this vlog uploaded, I'm gonna go ahead and start remodeling the channel again for the second season of 2026. I'm gonna be starting to remodel everything, seeing how everything looks with the remodel and everything. I've already got my new intro filmed, and you will see it tomorrow for the SelfStandard show. Alright, what I did was, I have this game called the Cardboard Game. And, I'm going to explain what the Cardboard Game is tomorrow, but it's like, it's almost like a structured version of Truth or Dare, except without the truth. Alright, now, off camera, I was able to play it with my Asper Gang members and Bree Park this past Christmas. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to actually record a full gameplay of us playing the Cardboard Game here on the channel. I'm not sure how I'm going to present that, but besides that, some of those dares in that game, a little bit spicy. So what I did was I decided to take 10 of those dares, and I'm going to actually perform them here for the channel. So tune in tomorrow to check that out. Wednesday, I'm going to upload match footage of me having that match with Jay Cage back in, well, so I did an open challenge, and a guy named Jay Cage answered it. But this was from, like, sometime in April, I think it was. Yeah, I'm uploading this almost 2 months late, pretty much. Yeah, it was for that last CMW show that happened. Thursday, of course, OSG coming back. Gonna see if I can finish up some more Sly this year before 2027 gets here. Yeah, what else was it? Friday through Sunday is Friday. Friday am I doing I Draw episode? I don't know. I gotta rearrange some stuff, but I know this weekend I might be doing an episode of Ring Grandmas, because I want to talk about my frustrations going on with AEW right now. But yeah, all I can say is just stay tuned for that. Alright. Now, on another note, I am still planning to go live again on the 21st. Sunday the 21st. I am planning to go live that day. So I'm going to talk to who I can talk to, see who I can get in there with me, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, a couple of other things I wanted to talk about today was how my superhero pilgrimage is going. Because, dude, I am excited. We got Supergirl coming out this month. Gonna have Lobo in the freaking film. I'm excited for that. But, yeah, I recently did just finish up with The Boys, with Homelander and them. And again, if you have a weak stomach, I do not recommend watching this, okay? Like, The Boys can sometimes be a traumatizing. If your mind isn't that sturdy enough, I would not recommend The Boys for anybody, okay? But for those of us that did watch The Boys, I'll admit the ending was satisfying. Okay, like I'm going to try avoiding this to be a spoiler review. But man, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna have to do spoilers here. I'm gonna have to. All right. Spoiler area of the video happening in 3, 2, 1. Timestamp here. Okay. So, with the ways The Boys ended, I thought it was kind of satisfying. I really did. All right. But one thing I'm more upset about is how the fandom reacted. Like, what? Huh? You serious, right? Because after the way Homelander died in this series, everybody, almost all the fandom on the internet, they was ticked off about this, and with good reason. They was trying to make up excuses for plot holes and power scaling or whatever. But we'll get to that power scaling thing in a minute. But I know with the whole AI thing going on, everybody was able to make their own ending of The Boys the way they wanted to see it happen. But one of the biggest things that came to my mind was saying, dude, you really wanted Homelander to win? You really wanted Homelander in the final episode of The Boys, like, with no follow-up, with no ending or whatever. You was walking into this knowing it was going to be the last episode of The Boys. And people out there really, really, really wanted Homelander to win. They wanted him to go completely scorched earth and just start lasering everybody. Lasering innocent people. Like, that's literally what they wanted to happen. Dude, are you freaking kidding me? No. But look, I can't testify for The Boys comic books, because I did hear about the whole idea about, Homelander cloned himself, and he was hiding in the Black North suit the whole time, or Homelander just, like, hired a shapeshifter to be him, so that he could trick Billy Butcher into killing the wrong person while his powers was still safe at the very end of it. Which, yeah, that would have been a good idea, but anyway. Look, with the way Homelander went down begging and pleading for his life, the way Homelander died begging and pleading for his life, that's literally what The Boys was all about. If you kind of think about it, they was kind of, in a way, what's the word for it? Being self-aware of the whole superhero genre. Alright? And Billy Butcher was talking about that in, like, at the beginning of The Boys. Like, the idea was exposing the hype of superheroes and showing how weak and pathetic they really are outside the realm of PR and public exposure, all that kind of stuff, Like, that was literally Billy Butcher's idea. So, I mean, yeah, Billy Butcher did have a vendetta against Homelander to begin with, but honestly, once Homelander did die, if you notice, Billy Butcher didn't smile. Billy did not smile once Homelander died. The only time he did smile was when he turned around and he saw that the camera was still rolling. The camera was still alive. He wasn't He wasn't happy about the fact that he got his revenge. No, no, no. He was happy that he found out that Homelander was begging for his life and it went live publicly. He was more happy about the idea that Homelander embarrassed himself during his last breath. Because Homelander, he went from super villain God complex saying, I offer all of you heretics who don't believe me oblivion. He went from that to suddenly, please man, if you want me to eat your crap on live TV, eat your crap. Something like that. And of course that made Billy Butcher smile. But hey, remember that word oblivion later, because I'm going to get around to that later. But yeah, so anyway, Billy did smile when he did find out that Homelander got executed on public TV live in front of the whole nation. That's what made him happy, that he was able to kill the myth of Homelander. Because I was thinking about this heading into it. I said, Homelander's got all this political power, and he's got all these followers. I said, man, if Billy Butcher kills him, he's just going to turn Homelander into a martyr, almost. And once Homelander went down crying and begging and pleading, yeah, that kind of undid it. That kind of undid it. But, yeah, in all honesty, like, I thought the way the boys ended was better than my idea, because personally, I kind of wanted Ryan to find a way to stand up on his own and take out both Homelander and Billy at the same time. But I guess all three of them had to go down and losing their powers collectively. Okay? But that's not to say that Ryan can't get his powers back. Like, that's not impossible. That is not an impossibility. I'm sure the boys can make something up. But, of all people, Yui had to be the one to pull the trigger. Yeah, because after his dog Tara died, like, that was it. Billy had nothing left to live for. Like, he let rage consume the later years of his life, because all he cared about was the mission of killing Homelander. And once he had that done, he almost had nothing left except pure genocide against every superhero, despite the fact that it was superheroes that helped get him to that point. So he was just ready to, like, just get rid of everything super. He said, look, just because you kill Homelander, you know Foster's going to make another one. Look, just because he chopped the head off one snake doesn't mean that there's not going to be more waiting in the forest somewhere. So, bitchy... I almost cussed there. I was going to say, Butcher. He was kind of blinded by his own rage. He didn't see that if he was just to destroy Vought, that just another one would have been created somewhere else. Like, the formula of that is lingering on the internet somewhere to make more Compound V if they wanted to. Okay? So, yeah. Yui stepping up to stop Butcher, not only would it have saved some of the other soups, he wasn't doing it to save Vought, but also he knew that Butcher releasing that virus, it would have killed Starlight too. So, yeah. And the fact that Yui went from the nerdy skinny guy to finally pulling the trigger on this badass of Billy Butcher, like, Yui pulled it off, and like, they both went down crying, and Butcher was okay with this. He was saying, okay, yep, this is it, thank you, don't bother calling an ambulance. And like, the ending was kind of beautiful. And look, everybody wants to clown Yui on calling their future baby Robin, but dude, come on. Like, they said that Yui was calling the baby after his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend died in a freak accident. They didn't break up. Like if I have a girlfriend and she accidentally dies, knock on wood, I'm not gonna call her an ex in the grave. Like if a wife dies, do you call your wife or your husband your ex if they're laying in a grave? No, you don't do that. Like that's horrible. That's horrible. All these, I swear, some of you fans are toxic out there. Good heavens. But yeah, all in all, I was still satisfied with the way the boys ended, and yeah. So whatever's coming next with the whole Vought Rising, that's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, all in all, I guess I'll go ahead and give the 8 a good 7 out of 10. Yeah. All right. Spoiler ending right there. Now, this isn't a spoiler or anything, but I want to quote something Homelander said about Oblivion. All right. This is the only spoiler that you non-boys watchers are going to get. There's only one sentence. Homelander told everybody live on TV. He said that for those of you that don't love me, for those of you that don't believe in me, I offer to you heretics oblivion. All right. He said he was going to call himself God of the Ashes. All right, but remember that word oblivion, okay? Because recently, I've kind of been playing around with I've kind of been playing around with AI a little bit. Yeah, I'm kind of playing around with ChatGPT and Copilot just for funsies, and I have this whole wrestling storyline roleplay going on where I crafted a wrestling faction. Yeah, I crafted a wrestling faction between Homelander as the leader, and he's teaming up with Stain from My Hero Academia, and Bushmaster from Luke Cage as well. And I was like, yeah, this is literally the Oblivion of the narrative. I thought this was a good team to like have together. And I even made Deku do a heel turn and join them. Yeah, like I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's just something I'm having fun with. Just like a side hobby I have of mine when I'm not, playing games or working out or hitting the gym. Cause yeah, look at that. What the? Mosquitoes biting me. Alright, look, mosquitoes. I have the right to bear arms, but I also have the right to throw hands if I need to. Whoa, daddy. Alright. But yeah, speaking of hands, fists. I just finished up with Iron Fist Season 2 this week as well. And, I love the ending of that so much. The idea that the Iron Fist can spread to weapons now. I saw that Colleen activated her Iron Fist for a white sword now. And Danny was packing double guns. He had chi bullets, and the bullets, like, dude, awesome. I don't know where this new Defenders universe for MCU is going to go next, but I can't wait for Danny to come back now. War 2, I can't wait for him to come back as well. But, yeah, anyway, man, I know I'm late with the whole VCU thing. I'm almost caught up with it. I call it VMCU because it's the Vigilante MCU. Hope that makes sense. But, yeah. As far as the whole VMCU goes, I already watched all of Daredevil last year. This year, I started looking into the deeper things, like The Punisher. I watched Punisher Season 1 and 2 back to back. Let's see here. What was it? And I did finish up with Jessica Jones Season 1 and 2. I finished up with Luke Cage Season 1 and 2. And I finished up with Iron Fist Season 1 and 2 this year. So now the last thing I got in my VMCU pilgrimage is just Jessica Jones Season 3. And I'm probably not going to start that till July, maybe. I got a few things I got to handle here in June first. But, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned to SSP for further developments and more uploads coming out this week. And, yeah. Time for me to go ahead and wrap this vlog on up. And until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah. I'm out. Love you all. Here comes my appreciation.
Bye.